Let's get building.
There we go. There we go. Hello there. Welcome to JonnyBuildz. Sorry for some odd reason. Well, I do know why, because, well, I'll explain in a little bit. But welcome to JonnyBuildz. I'm your host, of course, Johnny. Hey, Bev. Good to see you. Hi, Greg. Thanks for tuning in, as always. Normal introduction. So, I had my laptop, actually both my laptops. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. I had both of my laptops with me this weekend. Because we went racing, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm going to talk about the weekend. Hey, Vab, good to see you as well. I'm going to talk about the weekend and how it went. Some of the fun stuff we got involved with. I don't have pictures uploaded. I'll do that next week. But I took a lot of pictures as part of my other duties that I was doing. So. But we're going to get started on, we're going to continue on doing the Bowser train. As you can see, this is what we have done so far. We've got like a little bench area back here with a clock. You can see my finger, boop, boop. We have a cannon over here, which is, I guess, how he gets onto the train in the game itself. And then we've got these little carts here, and Boom Boom, and Hammer Brothers, and two Goombas that just got married underneath the thing. So if you have no sound, I can't help you, sorry. Lego pickups lately. What did I get? I mean, aside from like the Enterprise. No, the Enterprise was last year, wasn't it? I don't remember. Anyway, we're gonna get started on this, and then we'll get into other things. So we are on bag 7. We're going to actually get started with the Bowser train portion of this set. I did pick up a couple minor things. I got the Blue Spaceman, of course, a couple weeks ago. Built him. And there was something else I got, but again, it was minor, nothing big. The rumors have just come out for everything. Lego did release that they're coming out with the Pan Am plane, which will be a cool set. I remember when they came out with the original one that was very blocky, and I kind of still like that one more. But it looks pretty cool. But anyway, and no, I'm not doing a timer, by the way, because I started this set last week with Marcella and Krista, and there was no real good timing for it because I was doing a whole lot of other things, so I'm not gonna do a timing for this. But yeah, no real Lego pickups that I've done because I was not impressed by anything that Lego has been doing lately, especially not the smart bricks. Which, if you really want some smart brick sets, I guarantee you they're at your store. I see them everywhere. Even the few that they did at my Walmart, like, the shelf is full. Like, I think they bought 1 or 2 of, like, the smallest set that doesn't even come with a smart brick. So I'm sure they got disappointed. But anyway, how was everyone tonight? What'd you have for dinner? I had dual layered tacos, which were really good. Very tasty. Project Hail Mary, I still don't know much about. I know it's a movie coming out and stuff with, not Ryan Reynolds, with whatever his name is. I can picture him, but I can't think of his name. Kristen, help me out. What's his name? The Project Hail Mary. What's the guy's name? Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling. It's the other Ryan. So, making cheeseburgers. All right, I'm jealous. Black and red fish, good stuff. Yeah, Ryan Gosling, which I'm sure it's going to be a fine movie and stuff like that, but I just don't really know anything about it aside from the previews and stuff, so not interested in the set really. It is cool how it works, like the fact that like you rotate it one way and it the thing rotates. but then you reverse the exact same thing the other way, and the little part comes out. The little, I guess that's the habitat part comes out and rotates as well. So that's kind of neat. I do like that they're getting more technical with sets like that, like they did with the Artemis, the smaller Artemis rocket, and made it so it actually like lifts off and separates. That's pretty cool. I got that. Oh, that's one I picked up too. I got that one. So let's talk this weekend. So left Thursday to head down to Virginia. Friday was track day at a track we've never been to, so that was interesting. We got our 3 drivers involved in figuring out how the track goes. Saturday and Sunday was endurance racing. You pretty much race, and if you break down, you try to fix it if you can. We had one major break on Saturday, but so did several others. So we actually did well enough that in our class we got 3rd place, which was our first ever placing, which was really cool. Like, you know, again, we've never done that before, so it was really neat to just be like, hey, we placed. So we did that, and then Sunday was again kind of the same thing. Instead of being an 8-hour endurance race, it was a 7-hour. And we had 2 little mishaps. They were smaller, but they ended up being about the same time total. One was we had a nut come loose that had to be tightened and solidified. And then we also had what was the other thing? Our exhaust. We had our exhaust a little bit loose. One of the straps broke for it, and there's a thing in racing called a black flag where they make you pit to fix whatever the problem is. Now, our issue wasn't bad enough. It was just the end of the exhaust was kind of flapping, but it wasn't hanging off, and it wasn't causing an obstruction, or nothing was falling off or anything. So they let us run until we could get the parts we needed to fix it, and we did, and we brought it in and fixed it. So, but even still, with those 2 things happening, and we had no idea about this. So I'm crew chief, and my job is to stay in contact with everybody, whoever the driver is, you know, via headset, and talk to them as they're going along, you know, discuss strategies and things for like pit stops and such. And so we were going along, and I was talking with our last driver for the last hour and a half, and as far as we knew, we were way out of contention for any kind of position. And then my brother came to us and was like, hey, and it was like 15 minutes left to go, and we were very low on fuel. We knew that. And my brother comes up to me and he says, hey, by the way, just so you know, we're in 3rd place. Which blew my mind, because I had no idea that we were anywhere near, you know, any kind of position. And so, like, you know, I was like, really? All right, kind of flabbergasted. And he's like, yeah. So that didn't help, because then I told our driver, like, hey, by the way, you know, because he was driving and he's like, I'm trying to save fuel. He's giving me reports every couple laps of what, you know, where we're at. And so the next time he radioed in to tell me where he was at fuel-wise, I was like, oh, by the way, just so you know, we're in 3rd place. And he's like, as incredulous as I was, he was like, what? I was like, yeah, apparently we're in 3rd place. He's like, how? I'm like, I don't know. Just, you know, drive and make the best decision that you can. He's like, how can I do that? I'm like, I don't know. Because, you know, the slower you go, you'll save fuel, but then you could lose positions. And the guys that were in 4th were not that far behind us. So the last 15 minutes, he drove conservatively, I guess, but well enough that he was still able to cross the finish line. There was no like bobbling, like there was no like you know, we don't have enough fuel, and so like, you know, it stalls or anything like that. And he was able to cross the finish line, and we got 3rd place, which was, again, not expected in any way for that one, because we thought we were way too far behind. but we did. So pretty cool. I mean, all around, you know, we got 2 races at a brand new track, and we got 3rd place in our class for both races. So that was pretty neat. It was a lot of fun, a lot of work, a lot of back and forth running whenever we had issues. Just all kinds of stuff going on. And we will definitely be back to that track because it is a very technical track, lots of curves and things to figure out. It's sort of like stock car racing. This is more, it's endurance racing with different classes of cars. So for instance, like we drive a Mazda Miata that's modified. It's got the normal engine to it, but it's got, like, you know, exhaust adjustments. We've got some additional components like that do different things for, like, keeping the oil cool and stuff like that. But it's mostly a stock Miata that's, you know, been, you know, painted and all that fun stuff. And the class we race in is the A class. So there's a lot of Miatas in that. I think there was a Integra. I'm trying to remember what one of the other cars was. And then you have, you know, the next class up, which would be B. You have things that are more like Mustangs and stuff like that. You have the supercars that are in, like, the EC class and stuff like that. So there's different classes, but you're all racing on the track at the same time. There were 23 cars racing on Saturday. And then Sunday, because of attrition, there were 19 that started. And that's the thing. It's an endurance race. You have to find that balance between doing speed to get laps and have good times, but also to be able to have your car last and survive. So it's similar to stock car racing, but stock cars, like, they have, like, all the components and things that they need in order to you know, do their thing. Plus they have money. We don't. We have the money to do the race in the first place, and then, you know, we bring the extras and spares that we can, and then, yeah, you just do your best, you know. So there were, like I said, the 23 cars in the field the first day, and then 19 the second day. And by the end of the second day, there were only 11 that actually finished. And that's what attrition does. I mean, it's like just things break. So now here's the thing. So there's actually on my channel, there's 2 videos I did live stream. They're probably not the best quality because the signal there was awful. I'm hoping when we go to Watkins Glen at the end of May, which is Memorial Day weekend, that we will have a lot better, like, the facilities it's a NASCAR track, so the facilities there should be a lot better as far as, like, streaming and stuff goes. So I hope to stream a little bit more. I'm kind of trying to plan it a little better because I actually help sponsor the car. I get the fuel for it. So I'm a official sponsor. It's actually on the car itself. When I get the pictures, you'll see it. But Watkins Glen is a NASCAR track, and so they have much better, hopefully, facilities that we can use. Hopefully wireless, which would be better. But it would be neat to be able to stream that and show people as, like, things are going. And so not only that, so the track we were at this weekend was a 2-mile road course. Watkins Glen is a 3-mile road course. So it's a little bit, it's half again as big as the one we just did. Not only that, there will be almost 100 cars on the course as opposed to just 23. So it's going to be one heck of a race. And we're anticipating, actually, just for the style of racing, because where it's at, they're going to have, there'll probably be some small celebrities, might be some NASCAR ones, we don't know. But people love coming to these. It's a champ car event, is what the league is called. And yeah, we're looking forward to it. So that'll be, oh, that sits on top of there. Interesting. Not sure how that works. think it's too far down. It does raise up and down. It doesn't raise up and down much. Here, I'll show you. Just barely. It just does a little bit, but hey, you know, whatever. But anyway, that's what we were doing this weekend, and again, it was a lot of fun, a lot of work. We did not get to bed very early at all, like midnight most nights, and then we were up at like 5:30 to get out to the track again and do what was needed. But we did well. Oh, and this is this is the little thing. They had a bunch of stickers that you could just grab, and so this is what my brother gave me. In my defense, I was left unsupervised. The one I gave him said I pooped today. All right, bag number 8. I think this is going to be, since, I mean, we have 13 bags, but it's going to go through pretty quick. We're going to go through pretty quick, and then when it's done, it's done, and that's okay, because I probably should go to bed early, because I still haven't caught. I tried to go to bed early last night, didn't happen, so I still need to catch up on sleep. So let's talk rumors and releases. So we already mentioned the Pan Am DC3, I think it is. That's definitely coming out, and that actually comes out April 1st, I believe. Yeah, I think that comes out April 1st. So rumors are abounding of new Pokemon. 3 of them coming in August. One of them being, it begins with an R, and he looks kind of like a snake serpent type thing. I can't remember its name. The next one is a dog. So go figure, kind of similar to Eevee, except he's got like a furry thing here. Again, can't remember his name. I don't know Pokemon all that well. But I just saw the video on it, so I'm trying to think of what their names are. And then the 4th one is, he looks like a goofy kind of weird Pokemon, and that'll be the cheapest one for that set of releases. So there's 3 more coming in August. There is a new, now they call it the biggest Lego set ever. It's not the biggest. It has the most pieces. It's going to have 1,200 pieces, and it's some kind of a, it's Sagadoon Familia. It's a architecture set. So they came out with Notre Dame like a year or so ago, and this one is going to surpass it as far as pieces go, which means there's going to be a lot of little pieces. But that's coming. That's in August also, I believe. There's a couple other one-piece sets coming out. I think what else? Oh, Toy Story. Toy Story is back because they're coming out with another one. And that will be, they're going to have Brickheads and, they don't have pictures for it yet, but there is a Book Nook that will be a Slinky Book Nook, which I think will be really cool. I think that will look, of all the Book Nooks, I think that'll look really neat. So there's a Slinky Book Nook coming. They have a brick-built, whatever that bear is, that pink bear that was in the 4th one, that tried to kill everybody by putting them in the shredder or whatever, or the incinerator or whatever. There's going to be a brick-built one of him. Trying to think what else there was that they mentioned. There were a lot. There's a couple one-piece sets coming out. There's a new Nike shoe. I don't understand those. I guess it's for certain people that aren't me. But there's another shoe coming out. This is like the 3rd one. I don't know. If I was a kid, I would be like, I don't want that. That's just silly. What? I guess, but that's still just a weird thing to display. I don't know. That's for me. Yes, there are. So there are new Crocs coming out. that actually look like Crocs, that are Lego Crocs. They're more just like colored differently and stuff like that, that don't look like the dumb squares that they came out with. Those were limited. Those are not coming back, I don't think. But yes, there are new Crocs coming out that look actually like Crocs instead of those big blocky things that I think they just did those so that like people would rush out and buy them and sell them out real quick. Just so, because like most of them are like, they're on for resale. Like I've seen them on eBay for like so much money. And like no one wants them like to wear them. It's just to resell. So what do I know? You can hear once again. You fixed it. Woohoo! You missed everything, but I'm not going to go through it. You can go back and listen. I mean, like, if you guys want the Crocs, I mean, the different colored Crocs, like, I've seen some of the patterns for it. Like, there's one that's kind of like a rainbow look, and I know it looks like the Crocs that our lug leader wears, or the tennis shoe that our lug leader wears. So that would be cool. Doing stuff like that like actually makes sense. I can tear it all apart and start all over. No, see, I didn't lose any pieces, so no, I can't. Only if I drop a piece can I do that. 3386 logo. Oh, these are green 3386. I haven't seen those yet. More colors make Logan happy when it comes to 3386. Now we're starting to get into some of the colors for the Bowser train to look like Bowser. We got the green and yellow. See, now this is cool. They're like, here, we're going to use all these like space type parts so that you can secure everything. It's like, that is smart. Why would you not do that? That. Now we're gonna put the cow catcher on, which is just Bowser's chin, I guess, at the bottom of his mouth. So, came out with a 338, but I think we will never hear. Oh no, we will never hear. If they ever come out with, and they probably will at some point, but if they do ever come out with one in Violet, like he just will not stop talking about it. That is for sure. We should start that rumor. Of just be like, hey, Logan, guess what we just saw? We hear there's a rumor of 3386, and like he would just be like, oh my gosh, you're having a baked potato. Now, is your baked potato gonna have anything, fun with it, like sour cream or, chives or bacon or anything, or is it just a baked potato? You gotta liven it up a little bit, at least give it a little bit of seasoning. This way, this is a train that we're looking at. Sure. That does not answer the question. So here, I just thought of this. So here's something interesting. So we have, I know Bowser, he's King Koopa. But one thing you never see or never hear about or whatever. So Bowser does all these things. I mean, like he has a train, obviously, because we're building it. But he has all these castles. He has all this stuff everywhere. How does he pay for it? Like what is this infrastructure that he has? Like he doesn't have a job. Like he's the king, but like no one works. I mean, they don't do anything. They're just like just hanging out. So like, how do they get all this stuff? Inquiring minds want to know. Yeah, that was definitely a no. You're right. Yep. Definitely a no. Whoops. Thank you for the likes. If you would, actually, if you would, like, thank you for the hearts, but if you guys would like the stream, that would be appreciated. It just helps the algorithm. Oh, and thanks to everyone for tuning in last week. We passed 1,000. In fact, we're almost at 1,010 subscribers now. I got some subs just from doing the racing streams that I did over the weekend, and yeah, just random people were like, "Oh, this is really cool that you're doing this," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool. Thanks for liking." So yeah, if you would. Hey, Kimbar, baby sis, good to see you. You missed it. I was talking about the new Pokemon they're coming out with in August. There's a green kind of serpent-looking thing. There's a dog that has like a big fur thing here. He looks kind of like a lion, but he's a dog, I think. And then there is this other Pokemon. I can't even think of what he was, because again, I don't know the Pokemon. But they're coming. More of them. The bigger two are about $100, and then the oh, bag 9 already. And then the cutesy one is kind of more like Eevee. It's like $70. So just for grins, next week we'll be continuing the castle on the cliff that I only got to do a little bit when we were doing the Goonies ship. So I will be continuing and finishing that. I don't know if I'll get it finished next week, because there are still, because I'm going by, you know, pieces that that are not. Is that going all the way down there? Oh yeah, it does. Okay, there's something for it too. Okay. Oh, that's the 3386 routine. The castle on the cliff that I start, but I didn't get a lot through it because I had all the pieces together. Like they weren't in numbered bags or anything. Well, this is cool. Even though these don't look brown on the instructions. They don't look brown at all. They look red in the directions, but like we're doing this on the side to go over top of the wheels. You're getting your Jumbo Spaceman Thursday. Nice. Make sure you get the extra pieces so you can make his head turn. Yeah, the Jumbo Spaceman is cool. Mine was at the Home and Garden Fest show that was happening in Pittsburgh over the last week and weekends. It's done now, so I just have to get it back off of one of our guys. They picked it up for us. Yeah, my Jumbo Spaceman and Space Babies were there hanging out, along with our Buckbeak, Kristen's Buckbeak. So yeah, Jason's aside. He said he hasn't even seen them yet. Seen what yet? What hasn't Jason seen? He hasn't seen a lot of stuff. I'm surprised. Like he's older than I am. The new Pokemon coming out. Oh. Obviously, he doesn't care. I don't know. They just got leaked. I just saw the video. That was earlier today. I hadn't had time to watch the video, but I did while I was, getting ready for this. So there it is, everyone. Woo! It is now 8:30. So the time is slowly getting away. We are now halfway with the chimes between hours, so now it'll start going the other way. So he is not a Pokemon. If he would know. So he's not a Pokemon master in my. He's got to redeem himself somehow. But yeah, Toy Story, there's new stuff coming out for that, including Brickheads. Alright, so we got this thing. I'm not sure if that's a cannon or not. Don't know what that's going to be. But we're not going to get there for now. We got other stuff to put together. What level is my Mewtwo? I play real games. Ooh. Mewtwo has nothing on me. He's a has-been. I know what level your Mewtwo is. That's the level. Alright, so we are bag 9 of the Bowser train. This is the front engine part. I do think this thing does... Oh, and I forgot to track again. I was busy looking at the videos and other stuff. Oh, by the way, it is St. Patrick's Day. Green, so, yep. I am festive. It's a shiny Mewtwo. Haha. That just means he hasn't taken a shower. That's why he's shiny. Probably stinks. Oops. Didn't drop it though. The one I'm waiting to see whenever they have actual official images of is Minas Tirith. It's the next Lord of the Rings. This one I've never known about. I've heard it before, but never really knew anything about it. The Tintin rocket is coming out, and my wife really thinks it's pretty neat. And after seeing what Tintin actually is, I had no idea. I've never paid attention. But after seeing what it is and how they designed it, it does look really cool. That's kind of impressive how they designed that. So that's coming out. I think that comes out April 1st. Which April 1st releases are weird simply because they're on April 1st, and it just almost feels like they're going to do April Fool's stuff. Someone he could talk to. I mean, like, he could go to a comic book store and then he would just like they would overwhelm him with information that he doesn't care about, or he could talk to me who does know some things. What's that? Yeah, he tried. It didn't work. What's everyone else working on? Obviously, I'm working on this. Castle on the Cliff will be next week. If I get it done, then I don't know what I'll do the week after. I am still planning, and I'm trying to coordinate things with my nephew. He's been busy, and I haven't heard from him. But I am trying to coordinate with him our little contest we're going to do, building the Zelda, the last battle set, which I did pick up also because I thought it was really cool. Zelda, the Ocarina. Do you say Ocarina or Ocarina? The Ocarina of Time, which came out originally for the N64. I loved that game. I played so much of it. Well, this moves, so this has a little movie part. So they want it back here, okay. And fantastic game, so good. And so the last battle set is from that game. So I'm excited to build that, but we're gonna do a little contest with it between he and I because he loves Zelda also. Well, you just gotta coordinate and figure it out. Plus, I gotta buy something for it, and I'm not gonna go into detail what that is. that is in the works. So some things coming down the pipe. Oh, we got the Bowser faces. See, because this is Bowser's train. So collecting cards right now, taking a break from Lego for a little bit. Oh, okay. There we go. Bowser face. You know what? Sometimes a break is a good thing. That's what I did this weekend. I had a break from Lego completely because, well, I was racing. So this thing looks like a Mack truck. It really does. It doesn't look like a train all that much. The wheels are what are going to make it look like a train. Ocarina of Time was really good. It was so well designed, and they packed. The N64 was kind of an interesting system because all the developers that did any development for it did so much in order to pack anything they could into. Because the N64, so the Sony PlayStation and whatever version was out, I think it was the 2. And the Xbox, whichever one it was, they were switching to discs, and not Nintendo. Nintendo stuck with cartridges for the N64, and everyone was like, "Why are they doing that?" Like the technology is now to discs, and then eventually hard drives. You could just fit whatever you wanted on the hard drive. But no, not Nintendo. Nintendo's like, forget that. We're gonna stick with cartridges, which are, I mean, the access of the data is much faster because it's solid, but you can fit much less data on a cartridge than you could on a disc. So it was interesting that they decided to stick with that method as opposed to. It says to flip over. I don't want to flip it over. I'm just going to do this. Unless I have to add pieces on the bottom, then I will. But the Ocarina of Time, whatever, they fit so much into that cartridge. Like the amount of compression they used and the way that they were able to do the things they were. Like I've read and watched videos on how they did it and what was involved, and it is absolutely insane. Like just they had to be so innovative to be able to fit everything. But they did. Hey there, Missy. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in as always. I'm assuming you are getting ready to have burgers. Ocarina. Oh, God. Do you know what that sounds like? Since we were talking... Huh? Well, it is kind of like Mad Gab, yeah, but like that reminds me of... what I think it was in Finding Nemo. That little girl, like, she's like, I am a piranha, or whatever. That's what that sounds like. I am a piranha. Alright, let's get the wheels out. Remember, in my defense, I was left unsupervised. Mom's making burgers. Right, yummy. Are they special kind of burgers or just burgers? Like just normal burgers. Okay, this has to go. You have to put these on a certain way. That doesn't stick out, so it has to go. Wow, that just barely fits there. It was like right on the edge. And these are supposed to go with those sticking out. Okay. goes there. That goes there. You'll see whenever we do the other side. Actually, no, I'll turn around so you can see this side. This part will be cool. So we're gonna put on one of those things that all old style trains have. The little thing that like runs the wheels or whatever. It has to be done in this exact way. Right, now we flip it around and do the exact same thing. Only opposite. It's the Macarena. It's the Macarena of time. That's a good one. Actually, that would be a cool video if someone wants to do that. The Macarena of time. And so like you could have like Zelda characters. Actually, that would be a cool video. You could do like all the Zelda characters dancing, because there are different dances and stuff that you can learn in that or whatever, like that different things do. And so it could be the Macarena of time where all the different Zelda characters, the NPCs and stuff, are dancing. That's a good idea, Vab. I like it. Now this one goes sideways. It's not up. The Macarena of time. See, now I'm hearing the Macarena in my head a little bit. I'll just have to listen to my music. Then I'll be fine. Okay. Ooh, it's got inside wheels too. Interesting. No matter how old. Yep, that's right. Yes, thank you, Veb. I will... See, now I'm going to have to do a video somehow of Zelda characters doing the Macarena of time. Alright, so this has to be... We have to make sure that is the way it should be. Okay, that is straight. Anyone who grew up here on this side can still dance. Yeah. I could never dance, so that's not me. That's true. I can dance if I want to. I can leave my friends behind. Because my friends don't dance. And if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. Say. Popularized by the group Men Without Hats. Which is funny because in that video, some of them wore hats. Safety dance. Yep. Wrong song we are. That's okay. A on your side. I got AI on your side. Yes. No. No AI. We don't do AI here. Actually, at work, I haven't done any yet, but I know I will be because they use it. Not extensively, but they do use it. So. Interesting that that goes there. It's a cool little build. They wore safety hats. No, they didn't. They did not wear safety hats. But they wore like the whole the music video for the safety dance is they're at like a medieval festival, and they're like dancing around like one of those center poles where they have the ribbons that pull out and stuff, and that's where they did. But they didn't wear safety hats. That would have pseudo made sense if they did, but they did not. That was a pretty ingenious way to make this work. Little doorway thing. Make a little archway for it, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side, I betcha. Which is very similar. Oh, no, no, no. Oops. You stay there. Smaller. Ah! That can go down. That's kind of interesting. To load up whatever it is that goes in there. Choo-choo. So what did you guys do over the weekend? Obviously, I was racing. What did you guys do over the weekend? What were people up to? And what interests you about any of those leaks? Does anything interest you? If you want any smart brick sets, you better go get them because the stores are full of them. Check this out. Make sure everything for this is pushed in where it should. Okay. Looks like it is. Just didn't seem like it was sitting right. Ah, there it is. I was like, I'm pretty sure. So. Biggest fail at the moment? What's the biggest fail? No one fails here. We're all winners. Everybody is a winner. I'm a winner. Ah, this is cool how everything moves though. You can see it rotating and everything. Ah, that's what makes that move. Okay. That's the... You can see the little green thing moving up and down here too. That's cool. Get it right there. Oh, biggest... Yeah, the smart bricks. And frankly, no offense to Lego, I want them to fail. I don't know, I've said this before, but I don't know who they talked with in their initial testing. I guarantee you it wasn't kids. But like, I'm guessing that it was a whole bunch of people saying, you know, being yes men. They're like, wow, you know, this is a great concept. This is a great idea. You should totally do this. So they listened to these yes men. And they have a flop because it is not designed for anybody. It's not designed for kids. It's not designed for, even though, so they said specifically, like, since it's been getting such bad press, they told influencers and stuff that were giving bad reviews of it. They're like, hey, you need to keep in mind, this is for kids, which is a horrible thing to do. I mean, Lego overall is for kids, but it's also, adults welcome. I mean, it's all for everybody. Lego is for everybody. So they did a huge fail with it, and nothing is going right with it either. It's like any kind of like trying to stave off, you know, like negative press, or there's just nothing. I mean, like, there are still people that have like looked at it, and mostly influencers, that are like, this is amazing. Like, if it remotely sounded like the sound, so they start with Star Wars. Smart idea, in a sense, because it's one of your biggest IPs. You already have it. But then they go and make it so nothing sounds like Star Wars. Bad idea. Even synthesize Star Wars. Bad idea. So like that right there is a fail. And then the rest of it's just gonna, like, it doesn't do anything that they claim that it's supposed to. The bricks don't react to each other. They just randomly make sounds and do things. You don't get smart bricks in 5 of the 8 sets that they came out with. Like, none of that makes sense. It's expensive. And just doesn't it's not as advertised. So yeah, I do hope they fail. I hope it hurts them to where they're like, we got to go back to quality things. So because that is definitely not a quality thing. So keep that back there. So if this does, I'm not sure. Again, I got to find one of my tracks and see if this actually will go on a standard Lego train track. I think it's supposed to, and if it does, this will be really cool to have going around, like with all the moving things and stuff. It'd be really kind of cool. It's got like a smokestack that moves and these other things that spin, stuff like that. That's how it stays straight. Interesting. So it goes up and down. And this is where the smokestack is going to go through. I'm noticing this too. I'm putting these together, and they don't have the snap. I heard it to snap. They don't have the snap. I mean, a little bit whenever it comes apart, but when I put it together, it doesn't have kind of the clutch, you know, snap that it's had in the past. So I wonder if something's changing there too. Bad juju all around. Let's say I'm just noticing it with this set, and this set came out last year sometime. I picked it up at a discount, at half off at Target, and so I got lucky with it. Like, I liked the set, but I wasn't going to spend 120 bucks on it. So 60 bucks, yeah. Oh, this one I can scan this one in now that I have it open. I can scan in the instructions if it has one to scan in. Making a little Technic something doodad. March Madness is soon upon us. Who's ready for that? March Madness is definitely an interesting thing. I definitely like college basketball way better than pro. Pro is a bunch of showboating anymore. College is still, you know, interesting. This is interesting. This just drops right in there. So this has to go all the way down. So this has to go in. No, it can't go in anymore. Alright. That goes there. What happens here? Oh, I see. Okay, that pulls the thing. That's interesting. All right, this is a weirdly contraptioned thing. So it has to go down so far. Let me look at it. Yep, it does. All right, perfect. This is very unique. Interesting design for all of this. But I'm here for it. Especially since it's Bowser. Bring it a little closer so it's easier to see. Hey, Logan. Logan, I have in this set. I can't. They're hidden now. Two, I guess it's this color green. 3386. So they have them in those green too. Just saying. So we were talking about you, Logan, earlier. Actually, not too long ago. Whenever I put in the 3386, we were wondering how excited you would get if they announced that there was going to be a 3386 in violet. Zisu, how you doing? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Nice to see you pop in. We're working on the Bowser train. We're on bag 11. So far, so good. There's a lot of moving things in this train, which would be really cool if I can make it have a motor and be able to go on a regular Lego track. I'm doing great. You missed my discussion about this past weekend, but I was racing. Well, I was crew chief. My drivers were racing down in Virginia, and we got third place for both in each race, both races, which was really cool. First time at that track. Yeah, a lot of fun. Would be very exciting. Although I don't need one currently, I will likely in the future. Wow, so very exciting, but not like so crazy that if you don't get it, you will die type thing. Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Here's the really cool part. So we did really well. We actually did well enough because we placed. We actually get money from Mazda because we race a Miata, and it's a stock Miata. It's got some alterations to help it with racing type stuff, but it is still a stock Miata, stock motor, stock transmission, everything like that. And because we did well enough to place, they give us some kind of, it's not a lot because it's third place, but they give us some kind of stipend thing or whatever that goes towards, like, we have to use it for Miata parts, obviously. But they give us something, which is kind of cool. It's like a sponsorship. All right, bag number 12. This thing is giant. O'Brien at the Oscars. What's that? The key to winning is driving faster. Incorrect. So the racing we were doing here, I'll explain a little bit. Bev asked earlier, but you weren't here. The driving. Oh, look! I can make a gray space baby. The racing we were doing is endurance racing. So it was an 8-hour race on Saturday and a 7-hour race on Sunday. And attrition really hurts. 2-mile road course, very technical. Our drivers were just like, this course beats us up, but they loved it because of that. It was challenging. And in our class, there were a bunch of Miatas and some other cars. There were Mustangs there. There were no Corvettes, which I was surprised at, but there were a bunch of other different kinds of cars. There was a Miata. It wasn't ours. There was a Miata that caught on fire on Sunday. Like, it burned to a crisp. The thing just like boom, just caught on fire. It was nuts. So that was actually so normally, so if something happens, so if there's a wreck on the course, like someone goes off like off the course, runs into a wall, tire barrier, or just ends up somewhere where they can't get off. What they do is they throw this thing that's called a pink 35, which means all the other cars on the course have to go 35 miles an hour, but you still continue going around. So it's not like a yellow, because yellow it's like supposed to be like 80% of like normal speed. Problem is, like, you have something like a Miata where its top speed is like 125, and then you have something like a Camaro where its top speed is like 180. So like that really, the variation there is too much. So they do this thing called a pink 35. So all cars go 35 miles an hour, and they continue going around the course until they clear, whatever the issue is, and then you're back to racing. So pretty cool way to do that. So this Miata, and it was funny. They were a couple pit stalls. We had talked with them. They were a couple pit stalls down from us, and really nice guys and stuff. But yeah, their car just went poof. But so be it. Yeah, I didn't explain that. It did happen. It went poof. I'm not sure what caught fire, but no one was hurt. It was a slow enough fire that everyone was able to get out and stuff. It definitely was tore up, but that was on Sunday. The more interesting thing happened on and for the fire, because it was on fire, like that was our only red flag. Like they actually red flagged and like everybody stopped, like there was, it's fire. You have to get fire, safety out there, and so they didn't want people driving past it, obviously. So that one was a red flag. The more interesting one was Saturday. We had a couple. So they have these places you can go and you can rent a car, a sports car of some kind, and race it at a track. Obviously, it costs a good bit of money, but there are people that do that. They find it enjoyable and fun, and so they go and race. And so they brought two Mustangs, very souped up, nice Mustangs. One was pink, one was white, and they had them out on the track for one lap, and then they brought them both back in, and then they didn't race the rest of the day. And we were like, well, that's kind of silly. They spent a lot of money to sit in the garage area and do nothing, so they didn't get to race. Zissou is the fire delayed. Zissou is great. He's awesome. But so the Mustangs didn't run. The people that bought them, I don't know what they were doing. But anyway, so they didn't run. But there was another Mustang. No. This one was a Camaro. Camaro was going, and one of the back straights has, towards the end of it, there's a couple S's for it, and then there's like a blind hill, and it goes over a blind hill with a corner. No one is sure what happened to it, and I do have pictures of the car for the aftermath, and I'll have those next week. But the guy drove there in this car, like it was his road car, but he raced it also. He either missed a shift or did something goofy and ended up just slamming this car into the wall. Like all the airbags went off all at once, and the thing is, they just basically towed it into the impound thing, and like that was it. It wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, it biffed hard. It was kind of funny in a sense, because just the fact that it's easily a $40,000 car, and the guy just kind of shrugged and was like, well, it happens, and went on his way. And it's like, what? But that's the way some people are. People that have money just look at it differently, I guess. But yeah, it was amazing that he walked away from that, because he hit the wall hard. I'm guessing he slipped, like his foot slipped or something like that, and Like he just, I mean, like when he tagged the wall, like we heard it. Like it was, we were in the pits, which is all the way across, you know, from where, you know, the track, and everybody heard it. It was like, holy cow, what happened? So yeah, it was lots of crazy stuff, but you know, he walked away. He had no problem walking away, but it was kind of, people were obviously very worried about what was happening. It's gonna go in the front here, so let's get it ready. But yeah, he was fine. Walked away, and like I said, he just kind of shrugged and was like, "Oh well." It's like that's your ride home, and not anymore. That one's not going anywhere. Oh, this is really cool how we're designing. So this is going to be the front of the train, and you can see like the teeth here, the Bowser's teeth. You know, that sort of. It's a neat design for this. So like I said, next week we'll be doing. I don't think I'll finish it. I don't know. We'll be doing more of the castle on the cliff. And at some point, as I said, we're gonna do my nephew and I will do another contest together. And it's a really cool idea for this contest, I think. And I've mentioned it to a couple people, and they were immediately like, "Hey, you know what? We could easily do that live somewhere. You know, like at a event or something like that." And I'm like, "Yeah, we could." So I think it'll be fun. These don't stay very well right now. So every time I push down on them, they want to fall apart. So he's stuck there because he crashed his ride home. He and another guy, they were teammates, I guess. They were the same team. He had another guy that was there, so he definitely had a ride home. It was just not the one he came in. But yeah, it was seriously just one of those things where it's just like, wow. Like they have, so what happens with a lot of these things is when you have a race car, especially one that costs that much, like we don't have insurance on the race car. If it blows up, it blows up. But like for something that's that expensive, they obviously have insurance on it. And like within like an hour, the insurance adjuster was there, looked everything over, and you know they were done. You know they did it. So it was like what? That quick. But again, that's the way things work in that world. So probably took an Uber home. No, like I said, his buddy was there, so. And his buddy was still his buddy still raced and stuff, but he ended up with some issues as well, so they did not actually finish. So, all that to say, coming up in May, end of May, Memorial Day weekend, we will be racing again, but this time, the Uber of Shame. That would be, yes, we need the Uber of Shame. All that to say, we will be racing Memorial Day weekend at Watkins Glen with roughly about 100 other cars. You know, different classes still and stuff, but like we're going to be racing with about 100 other cars on a 3-mile road course that NASCAR uses. I mean, like it's going to be insane. All those vehicles all at the same time. Yeah, it's going to be intense. There's going to be a lot going on. I'm excited and nervous at the same time because it's just like, you know, this is like we got third place at this race, but there was only 23 cars, you know, that we were racing against. This will be 4 times that, well, 3 times that roughly. But like, you know, this is going to be insane. And hopefully, being that it's a NASCAR type track, there's going to be better internet / you know, access type things. That way I can stream it better. I did stream a couple times what we were doing, but one Saturday and one Sunday. Whoops, I forgot to put that up. I goes first. You go on. But it wasn't the best. So hopefully it's better there. But it is going to be insane, and I cannot wait for it. Alright, so this goes. Where's it go? Right like that. Look at that. Bowser face. That looks really cool, actually, with the teeth down there and everything. That looks really cool. Looks better than on the box. It really does. Looks better in person. Just like a bunch of things that I've seen recently. Like the Goonies ship. I thought, looking at the set on the box and like the initial pictures and stuff, I thought the boat itself looked really goofy and like overly bulky and stuff. Building it was way better, and it looks way cooler. Oh yeah, speaking, so Vab, since it is coming out, what do you think? I don't know if you know what Tintin is. I didn't know what Tintin was. I had just heard about it, so I had no clue. But like, what do you think of the way they've designed the rocket, which looks very much like the Tintin rocket from the comics that they do? What do you think about it? Because it's the shape of everything is really kind of cool. No, not Rin Tin Tin. It's not Rin Tin Tin. That's a dog. Tintin is a comic from Belgium, I think. Back from like the 30s, late 30s. Oh, that's cool how that goes on. That's why those are there. Bing, more teeth. The rocket itself looks really cool because of the way they've done the flowy design, the curvatures of everything. Now, Rin Tin Tin was the dog. It was kind of like Lassie or whatever. He was like a rescue dog or something. Tintin from the movie where he's on a boat, so I had no idea he went to space. Yeah, oh, yeah. So my wife got this whenever she saw it, and she's like, I'm going to try to find out. So this is The Adventures of Tintin. Destination Moon, there's the rocket. We could have Vab do the scaffolding. But this is the actual, this is the actual comic and everything, what they did back in the day. And very, very small panels and stuff like that. The space suits, just goofy. They look like little, and of course the dog. I said the dog is down here. He has a spacesuit. So, hey George Cunningham, FR7WR, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. We're doing Lego building. We're talking about Tintin because that's a set that's coming out that looks kind of neat. I know my wife is liking it, so. It actually is, being that it's literature, it'll probably go good for the Library Con that will be this year. So, yeah, the idea, you're right, the idea submission had the scaffolding. They didn't include that with this. But they did make it so it has like a launch opening thing or something like that, so the figures can go... Wait, the figures can't go in it, right? They can on the very top. Okay, yeah. So they made it so like the figures have a way to go in or whatever. So it's kind of like that way. So yeah. The way they made it round is pretty awesome. So we probably will get it just for the simple fact that like it works with Library Con really well. I like when they do sets where you can like buy them. And like they work for a specific thing. So speaking of sets too, I mean it's not a set, but next month we're going to be putting in at I think we have to figure out the details, but we are going to probably be putting in, since we have May the 4th coming up, putting in the Hoth display at Pittsburgh North, which will be cool. So, yeah, they try. Yeah, I don't know if that how well that translates or works or whatever, but I mean that's what they did. So, get rid of the scaffolding, add people. I think the people though is a good idea. I think that's neat. Yeah, it's gonna be cool to have it on display for a while, and like if it, like, hey, you guys want to see it? You know, there you go. So we'll figure out. We'll probably have to, you know, add in some things. I don't. Kevin's not here, but we'll have to borrow his until I make my own. We'll have to borrow his shield generator again. Oh, this is the eyes. This is the eyes with the eyebrows for Bowser. Thompson and Thompson are always doing silly things. Oh, I see. Thompson and Thompson. Those jerks. Okay, there's the eyeballs. He's blind right now, but that's okay. Bowser train, Bowser train. All right, let's make some eyebrows. The design of these eyebrows is always fun. Like Bowser himself, the one that I have, they're really funny, and the fact that you can move them and stuff is just awesome. Eyebrow. Into the ball socket thing if it wants to. There we go. There we go. One eyebrow. Get in the hole. There we go. There we go. Bowser eye. Ah! That does look cool. I think there's going to be a lot of engineering I'm going to have to do to make it so that this does work on a train track. But once it gets figured out, it'll be cool. Oh yeah, definitely looks like Bowser. And I'm not sure which game this is from, but it's I don't think it's Sunshine. But it's like you use the cannon that's back here that you see, and use that to get yourself onto the train, and then you go through the train. It's a level, obviously. So this one, I mean, like, it doesn't come motorized, but I want to make it motorized. I think it would be cool to be motorized. Oh, that's what those are for. Of course, you have to have Bowser horns. So yeah, once we get it all done, I'll show you all the different things that move and stuff like that as it moves. And I think it'd be really cool to have it motorized with, you know, all the things that are moving and stuff. That would be really cool. And again, I'm not sure for sure if it fits on a standard track or not. I'm sure it's close. Here we go, Bowser cheeks. Go. Hey, where are you at? You're over here. My cat's playing with stuff. Alright, let's get the smokestack done. We're going to flip it over. So yeah, I hope to motorize it. Like I said, it's going to take some work. Oh look, these pieces. This would work. This works for the baby's head, or not the baby's, the big spaceman's head, to make it, to allow it to spin around. But of course, I have to use it for my stuff. This is going to be cool too because the smokestack has a little bit of movement to it. That's so great. Alright, let's make some smoke. Big long Technics thing. Blah! It's not right. That's not how it looks. Oh, this is the other side. Gotta look at the arrows. There we go. Smoke is in. So this whole thing, so what we're supposed to see is a lot of movement. There we go. This thing, I'm still not sure how this works. Oh, okay. So this is, so you pull this lever, and you can see that even the smokestack itself moves by itself. That's the thing Mario's supposed to hit. There's a little scan thing here. So, but you can see this thing spins around too. We haven't done that yet, or we don't know who's on there yet. Oh, and that goes in there. So we got a star block that we put. All this stuff was printed. Why can't Lego do this with other things? All printed. Like there were no stickers. All printed. Why can't they do that with other stuff? I don't understand. So this goes and hides in one of these little things. Like that. So there we go. So we've got, you can see the wheels moving down here. You can see the smokestack going. You've got this little lever here that makes this move. Oh, Boom Boom's supposed to go on there. Okay, he goes on here and spins around. So let's raise his arms and see him spin. Whee! That's funny. Painted? Boom Boom looks hilarious. Maybe that's what he does. Like he bounces around and stuff. All right, so let's put the whole train together. There we go. So Hammer Brother is supposed to be on here. And then the other two, I guess this cart is supposed to, like, you know, fall off at some point, like whenever you start. So luckily, so let's put this down. Let's do this whole thing. So this is the train. It's got a lot of movement. Oh look, it's hard to tell. Let me move Tintin out of the way for now. So there's a little lever here that like moves Boom Boom up and down. So not only does he spin around, he like bounces. Like boing, 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 boing. These guys fall off really easy. Alright, let's move the train. So yeah, this train is huge. So like, in order to be on a real track, this whole bottom part would have to make it so like everything could rotate and stuff. Oh, I think the big Luigi cart looks really good. I think it's better than the Mario one. I think they did a better job with it. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. Can't go backwards. So if we lift up Boom Boom, it disengages so he doesn't spin anymore. You see that? If we lower it, then he spins. So this little lever makes it so he can stay stationary or spin. That's really cool. There's not much to it, but it's enough. Okay. So let's do the different parts. All right, here, let's aim this at the camera. Ready? See if I can shoot it at the camera. Oh, I almost did. I hit the camera. Oh, my cat's after it. Hey. Nope, you can't have that. That's a pretty good shot. Yeah, the Luigi cart looks better than the Mario one did. Luigi himself looks better than Mario did. Alright, so I have Mario here. Let's turn him on. Lego Mario time. Okay. So Mario's pretty cool. So like he's better than a smart brick. He sounds like himself, and all the things that like are the sounds that go with it they sound great. Yes, Mario minifigures are going to be great. So he reacts to different colors. If you've never seen a Mario set. So like if it's brown, it does like blocks. So you can see on Mario's chest, he's got like little blocks. If you do green, it shows green. There's like little hills. Red is lava. And every time you pick him up, it knows it's being picked up, so he's like bouncing. See? Listen. So if you do red is like he's hitting lava. Lava is dangerous to Mario. Yellow, I think desert. So it shows desert. And it sounds like he's running in the desert. Mario is better than a smart brick. Alright, so here's the thing. They designed this, because I played around with it after last week's stream. They designed this to be something that you actually do. So just like the level. So inside the cannon that Mario uses to shoot over, he'll scan it, and it'll start a timer like he's supposed to go through the level. So let's do that. So they made the sounds like he was going through the cannon. And if you can hear that, that's the sounds of Bowser's, and it sounds like Bowser's music. Like we're going through an airship or whatever. Alright, so let's do it. So we'll do each train car at a time. So that one doesn't do much of anything. I'm not sure what it's supposed to do. But here, he's jumping on. That's what he gets for those two. It actually sounds like Mario. Let's go in here. He's got the, Alright. Alright, Hammer Brother. Let's get the, I haven't done these guys yet. Oh, this is a question block that's hidden in here. Got more coins. I don't think oh yeah, the Goombas do. They have a thing in the back. So it's just, you know, normal splat sound for them. Okay, you only have 90 seconds to go through the whole thing. So he's at 8 seconds. 7, 6, so we'll do it again. And he's gonna die. Ready? Oh no! So this is better than Smart Bricks. It and again, it's more of a kid playset type thing, but let's go. Alright, our timer's going. So there's nothing with this one that is interactive. But with Boom Boom we have interactivity. Okay, he takes longer to beat. And then this, I'm not sure what this one does because I haven't skinned it. Doesn't do anything. I don't know if it needs something else. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, there's no, I don't know what it's supposed to... Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's supposed to do or how you're supposed to stop the train. Because it's back here, too. Oh! Alright, so let me turn them around. It shows a switch. So I don't know if you're supposed to interact with him on a switch or something, but it shows... Or it's like a mirror. I don't know. I need to read up on it. Yeah, the Marios do... Oh, you heard that? Everything he jumps on... Now, of course, if he sees red, it's going to make it be like, oh no, you're hurt yourself. They did a fantastic job with these, even though, again, it's more for kids, of course. They did a great job with them. And they do react and do different things. And you can build these things, like, especially the level things where they have where like they have the different different levels, desert, whatever, blah blah blah. You can chain them all together, separate them, switch the tiles around to do different things. Yeah, they're really cool, and like I said, they're better than Smart Bricks. They really are. And it is cool that the Mario ones do this. Like I have a Peach. I haven't gotten out of the box yet. I'll have to try her sometime. So. But yeah, they're really cool. He's on the grass. Here, we'll put him on the blocks. What's white? Does white do anything? Nope, white doesn't do anything. But brown is the like stone blocks or whatever. So. All right, well, this is the Bowser train, as you can see. It is quite involved for what it has. Just lots of little playset type things, which is cool. This is... Oh, I did find this out. Here, let me show you one more thing. So, you can hear him walking. But there is a gyroscope in here, so it knows whenever you've picked him up. So listen to what happens whenever we put him in here. Alright, he's in there. Now I'm going to rotate it. So every time you move it, it does the sound of it like repositioning itself, just like it does in the video game. So it doesn't actually start the music or anything until you actually take him out of there to go after Bowser, you know? So, yeah. Isn't that cool? It knows the positioning. Just from that little... This is better than a smart brick. It actually reacts to different things. I don't know why LEGO couldn't just be like, hey, we have something like this. Let's make it even better. So, even though they made Mario look kind of goofy, obviously. Like, but his eyes move and everything. He reacts to stuff. I mean, oof. Alright, let's take him out. Oh, he's going to start over. But anyway, we'll leave him over there. So anyway, that is the Bowser train, express train. That'll probably be in a future thing where I try to make it so it works on Lego Track. Actually, hold on. Let me see if it does fit on Lego Track real quick. I have one in my other room. Be right. Alright, so this is standard Lego track. It is curved, but that's alright. We can get the spacing. So that's a little bit wider, which means all of these are a little bit wider, which means they would have to be adjusted. And I assume the main train is the exact same way. Let's disconnect that. See. Yeah, so it is, so standard Lego track is 6 wide. This is 8 wide, so I would have to change it. This is gonna take a lot of doing. But this train is really cool, just even by its, you know, just the little stuff that it does. The little levers it has to do different things. Ooh, I wonder, you know what? So I didn't even do the thing with the lever. Let me see what happens if we do the lever and it moves and makes that go up while he's doing the cannon thing. Let's try it for the fun of it. Alright. Nope. Doesn't seem to do anything. It's got whatever that symbol is that's on there. It wants to interact in some way with something. I'm not sure if that's a switch or your phone. I don't know if it... Maybe it's a phone. Oh, there is an app. Let's see if we can find it. It'll be in the instructions. So let's see if we can find it. I know there is an app for it. Probably has a scan thing. Ah, there we go, the Lego Super Mario app. So let's scan it and see. Oh, you know what? It does have updates. I betcha. Whoops. Let's see what we can find out. Install. Wow, it's an entire it's an entire gigabyte in size. That has a lot of that is a lot of data to be for Lego Mario. That's interesting. So this is what they should do. I mean, that's what they tried to do with the oh, let's see what happens with the star. Alright, it's downloading. 58%. Sorry, it's 1 gig in size. That is huge for a simple app. That's cool though. I like the star. He's got a little star. So once it downloads, we'll see. So it looks like those couple things are supposed to interact with your phone, with the app on that. So let's see what happens. If you guys can be patient with me for a second. I just never thought to do this. Installing. It shouldn't take too long. There we go. Let's open it. Super Mario. When were you born? Oh my word. Confirm. 1978. We'd like your consent. Alright, we're gonna start. I don't want to log in if I don't have to. Alright, that doesn't... Yeah. I don't need the advertisement. So, add your set. Bowser's Castle. Oh, this is from 2025? No, 2024 is when it came out? There it is. Browser Express Tree. Let's add it to our collection. Oh, that's right. Alright, we already built the set. Let's connect to Mario now. Okay, I give permission. Allow. Alright, so he does have a Bluetooth button back here. So let's hit it. Oh, Mario's ready to connect. Alright, he's connecting. So now it's probably going to download other stuff to him in order to update him so he works with those other things. He needs an update, so let's start the update. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. So this is what the smart bricks would need to do. They need to make it so like it can send from the phone or wherever update sounds, whatever it is that they want to update the thing with. See, now he's off because he's being updated. Oh geez, about 3 minutes left. Come on. But this is the way the smart brick should be working. So sorry, it's he's like, ah. He's got a big grin on his face. Look at that. Preparing figure update. Please don't turn off your Lego Mario or close this application until the update is complete. Okay. Oh, we lost connection. Connect again. Come on. Probably because he got shut off. There we go. Lego Mario. Connecting. Why are you having problems with Lego Mario? Alright, come on. He's right here. Maybe he's almost out of battery. It is not wanting to pair now. Which is sad, because we just might have to... Oh, yes, pair. So now my phone is asking, finally, to pair with Lego Mario. That was interesting. Needs an update. Go ahead, start the update. Oh, look, so now it shows the phone down. Oh, maybe I took him too far away. So it shows he's needing an update. So we're giving him an update. We'll leave him next to the phone. But again, this is cool because this allows you to, like, that as they do new sets, you just update the character here so that the scanning can work with those other things. So these two things that we have here on the end here and on here are ones he just doesn't have updated or uploaded into him yet. So once we do this, he should be able to interact with them. So, oh come on, 5 minutes left. Let's go. uploading new adventures. So from whenever, so I got him probably about 3-4 years ago. So yeah, he needs he definitely needs an update. Never even thought about that. So how's everybody else doing? It'll be interesting to see how they interact with like these things, if it changes at all. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of work to make it work on Train Track. I do want to make it work on it though. But that'll be in time for next year. So the only thing Smart Bricks have over Mario, at least you don't have to deal with apps. There is some truth to that, except then that means they're actually kind of dumb. You have no way of updating them. That means they're not very smart. They're actually pretty dumb. Yeah, I don't see the app being a negative thing because you can constantly update it and have it work with modern stuff. You don't have to buy a new Mario, which doesn't hurt Lego, but it makes it so like they're not like, oh, you have to buy the new one in order to do everything. Yeah, no, they're not smart at all. But like, this is smart. This allows you to be backwards compatible and frontwards compatible with, with everything. The Smart Bricks are not at all. Which is another mind-boggling thing. Simply because they've done Lego Mario, they're still doing Lego Mario, and yet despite that, they did something completely different. That makes no sense. And the Smart Brick is not much. I mean, like it's a 2x4 brick, but all of Mario does not have like all this electronics in it. It's only a little bit because like you can take off his pants. Sounds really weird, but you can take off his pants, and there's only like this much of him that actually is like the electronics and things. So. Yes and no, but see, here's the thing. He's not bricked. Once he's uploaded and updated, you don't need the app. So if they ever don't support the app, see, if they weren't going to support the app anymore, they would not be making any more of these sets. So once you update him the last time, he's going to work with those sets no matter what, unless he breaks, So I get what you're saying about that, but in this case, it kind of doesn't matter because if they stop making them, he doesn't need any more updates. You just get the most recent one and you're done. And he'll still work. Oh, geez, he keeps turning off. Oh, he's resetting. Okay. He's rebooting. Hopefully. Hope. 20 years if you open a new Mario. He'll still work. That's the thing. He will still work. A new Mario would still work if they're still making sets in 20 years. And the old Mario will still work. That's the best part. So it does make sense to do this. Update figure. Do I need to... It looks like he's... I don't know if he like fully turned off and like I have to boot him up. He did turn off. Mario's disconnected. Press the blue... Alright, I gotta power him back on. Oh, it's still updating. Okay. Okay, it showed him updating. There we go. Let's go! Okay, he's updated. So let's see what happens. Oh, he's still updating. He's still got little things going across. Oh, okay. He's just chilling, wait. So I guess that's him waiting. So that they have an actual waiting thing now. That's kind of funny. Alright, so let's see what happens. So, this is one of the ones that he did not have any reaction to. Listen to that. It's the sound. That is cool. It's the sound of this thing going back and forth. And the music. he's just different. You just add different batteries. I'll show you whenever we're done here with him. All right, so we did that. This should be the same. Yeah, that's the same. All right, so let's see what this does. So this is the thing on the back of the train, which is, you know, defeating the train. I guess that's the sound of the train. Oh my word! It makes it... That's so good! What's he show on the front? I want to see. Oh, he doesn't have anything. But you move the lever, and whenever this goes up... Look at his face! He's so happy! That's got an exclamation point. I mean, like, look how he reacts. Oh no, I made him dizzy. So I went too fast. Watch what he does. He's happy. He's having fun. His eyes go... Alright, so that was cool. Alright, so Mario is reacting better to that. This is my favorite, I think, that was this, because it changes the music. Whoops. That is a smart brick. Way better than the smart bricks we have today. Yeah, he's pretty cool. So let me show you. So we're gonna take Mario apart. Okay. Oh, so my, you know, the bottom of your hand, it's red, you know. So you just, he sees your hand as lava. So, all right. Ah! I took off his pants and he's like, "Mamma mia!" Oh, I didn't even know he did that. Oh, that's so great. All right, let's turn him off. See you later. So he's got this little screw back here, and you take that off, and it comes off. You can see the line there, and it's 2 AA batteries, and that's it. So I didn't even know he did the Mamma Mia whenever he pulled off his pants. That's hilarious. Mario's awesome. All right, we did enough playing around. We've reached 10 o'clock pretty much. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. It was a lot of fun playing around with the Mario set and seeing just all the different things it does. Sorry it took so long to update. Next week, we'll be working on the castle on the cliff. Might finish it up, not sure. Just depends on how long it takes to do things. But yeah, pretty cool. So until next time, as always, may the brick be with you, and keep on building and blessing. We will see you next time.